Okay, people. So, what's occurred today is just more of the prophecy unfolding in line with Scripture. As these lawmakers that deny the laws of our freedom, in which the laws that were written in our hearts by God hide in their secret places to make these laws, there's plenty of Scripture to show this was all prophesied. Jeremiah chapter 23 verse 24, but more importantly Job chapter 20 verse 26, and then also in Psalms 64 verse 2. Now understand how violated they feel now that they have had to shelter in place when they have fear-mongered and told everybody else that they should shelter in place. So they hide in their secret places in their temple. And they do refer to this as their temple. Nancy Pelosi, as a matter of fact, in her opening speech in the Trump impeachment hearings, you can go back and look this up, that she referred to it as was going to be a somber moment in the temple. So understand, their temple was threatened today. So in this temple and secret place that they hide in to make these laws, and what they worship, the serpent and the rod, as they make these policies that we can't afford, putting the burden onto even our grandchildren, this burden of debt. And remember the lapel pin that she wears, that I've pointed out many times, the rod of Asclepius, what it means, its symbolism and associations to medicine, and her role in all of this. And she made sure that they went to their secret places tonight and recommissioned their advance forward in these having Joe Biden and Kamala Harris elected. She made sure this reconvened tonight because this is going to be a swift and abrupt policy-making attempt. And that's what was also prophesied in scriptures about the persecution of Christians. Now understand, you can go look at what they're discussing, that even though Black Lives Matters and Antifa has been allowed to riot and burn down cities and do everything they have, they were considered protesters. But what occurred today, they consider an act of insurrection. They have named everybody that attended today, which were primarily Christians, as terrorist and insurrectionist. So now you've been named. Any and all Christians have been named, and they're going to move very swiftly at making these laws and policies so that if you're a Christian and if you have beliefs about God, then you're an insurrectionist. But look at its association to resurrection. So they have deemed this was an act of insurrection. And we can also go to, if this was an act of insurrection, we can go to resurrection of Acts, chapter 17, verse 32. These lawmakers and principalities have scoffed at the idea of Christ before, no new thing under the sun. And you see how God is the Word and reveals that He is still in control. But understand what it says, that Christians will be persecuted in those final days. And it's going to be swift. That's why she insisted they all re-meet and continue their work. And also, day before yesterday, when she was reelected as House Speaker, notice the preacher that she had come in and worshiped, gave praise to Brahma and many other gods. So she's defiled their temple and now worships many gods. And that's no time in history has that ever been done in the house, which she refers to as the temple. This is giving them the fuel and the act that they need to begin passing these laws to persecute Christians. If you have Christians' beliefs, you have now officially been named an insurrectionist and a terrorist. You need to stay in the Word, people. Pay attention to the time and season that it is. Make your choice. God bless.